Okay, so today we're gonna dive into Haven Madison's song, Why Do the Pills Work? Which, if you haven't heard it, you can check out her YouTube channel.
Yeah, her official video is right there, and
Yeah, it's great.
yeah, she's really talented.
And we really want to kind of get to the emotional core of the song and the questions that it kind of brings up.
Yeah, and the questions that the lyrics pose, right?
Right, exactly. And the title itself, Why Do the Pills Work? I mean, that is such a powerful question, right?
Right.
Because if you're being told that you're normal or that you're okay,
Right.
then why would the pills work?
Yeah, what's the disconnect there?
Yeah, and she kicks the song off with this very powerful line. I always was a fearful kid, was always on my mother's hip.
Hmm.
And so it's like right away she's establishing this isn't something new.
Right, it's a foundation.
This is part of who she is.
Yeah, she's kind of giving you the base level.
Yeah, it's like part of her DNA almost. And then she goes on to say she couldn't fix because I'm just a different kind of sick. And it's like maybe she had a very supportive mother,
Right.
but there's only so much you can do.
It's internal.
It's internal, right?
Right.
And then that line, I might be broken, but I'll say it's just bruises.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You know how many times have I done that? Where it's like I'm downplaying the severity of what's going on.
I think most people probably minimize sometimes.
Yeah. And then we get to the chorus and it's like boom, right in your face. If there's nothing wrong with me, then why do the pills work?
You can just feel the weight of that question.
Yeah, and it's like she's not asking this in a rhetorical way. She wants an answer.
Well, she wants it to be validated, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you're telling me I'm okay, but then why is this helping?
Right, and then it's like, okay, are we defining normal in the right way, or is normal different for everybody?
Yeah.
And then she gets into this part of the song where she says, "One time I tried to cut it off, thought if I could last, then I was strong, but I only started panicking again. It wasn't long until I knew that the diagnosis it was true."
Mm.
And it's like, okay, wow, she hit a crisis point there.
Definitely a turning point. Right?
Yeah, and she was really struggling, and that's when she realized, like, oh, okay, I need to really accept this diagnosis.
She's going through that process of coming to terms with it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people go through that.
Yeah.
Then she goes on to say, I don't want to break, so I'm learning how to bend. I'm not weak for finding peace. Don't you think I deserve sleep?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, she's trying to find ways to cope, and
she's saying, like, that's okay that I need that.
yeah.
It's like, I'm not feeling because I need to find peace.
Yeah, and don't you think I deserve sleep? Like, come on.
That's such a human thing, right?
Yeah. And we all want peace, and we all want to sleep well, and then the bridge hits and she's like, I hate it. It's in my mind. It's all the time. It's hard to climb. It's my design. I can't fake it. It's in the air. It's everywhere, and it's nothing else here.
Yeah.
And it's just relentless.
It's all encompassing, right? Like, it's her reality.
It's exhausting just listening to that part.
Yeah, it gives you a sense of just how
Inescapable.
Yeah, inescapable it is.
And then that line, it's my design. It's like, this is me.
This is how I'm built.
Yeah, and I can't just switch it off. And then she goes back to that central question. I don't need pity for the cards I was dealt. You say it's normal, like you think it'll help.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't just try to comfort me and tell me that it's normal.
You think you're helping, but you're not.
Yeah, try to understand what's going on in my world, and yeah, so I mean this song is so powerful. It really gets you thinking about, this tension between what we feel inside and what's considered, normal or acceptable, in the world outside.
And whether the label of normal is helpful or actually dismissive.
Yeah, and the role of medication in helping people find balance and feel good and be their best selves.
Yeah, and the song's not saying medication is the answer for everyone, but it's exploring that. For her, it is a piece of the puzzle.
Right. Yeah, and it's just making us really think about, what does it mean to be normal? Whose definition are we using, and how can we better understand and support people who might be struggling regardless of, outward appearances?
Yeah, and maybe instead of just saying you're normal, ask, how are you really doing?
Yeah, it's something to think about for sure.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being here
Thanks for having me.
and diving into this with us.
It was a good one.